Jimmy Uso returns at Bad Blood. CM Punk has legitimate heat with Drew McIntyre. CM Punk was backing out of a WWE deal in 2023 before meeting with Triple H. MrBeast is headed to the WWE. Seth Rollins receives a concerning threat. There is a big issue with Bobby Lashley going to AEW. Triple H has hit a goldmine with a 4-time WWE champion. Cody Rhodes addresses potentially aligning with Paul Heyman. A major update on Roman Reigns' future. Let's dive right in. CM Punk has legitimate heat with Drew McIntyre. CM Punk is not exactly the most easygoing superstar in WWE, which sometimes leads to real-life feuds with his colleagues. According to a veteran, Punk may be in a similar situation currently, leading into Bad Blood PLE. The Second City Saint is slated against Drew McIntyre at the upcoming event, with the match having the Hell in a Cell stipulation. As fans have come to expect from the two stars and their intense rivalry, the bout will surely be a barn burner in terms of no-holds-barred violence. While this feud seems to be a well-put-together on-screen storyline, Dutch Mantel believes things may be more real than most imagine. Speaking on Sportskeeda's Smack Talk, the WWE veteran speculated that Punk and the 39-year-old star may have some heat between them. He stated, "I think there is some legit heat there, down below the surface. But hey, they gotta make a living. But that's even good for business when the fans can say, really down deep they effing hate each other." While there is a lot of hype going into the Hell in a Cell bout, Dutch Mantel believes that Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes should close the night with their match. On the same episode of Smack Talk, the WWE veteran stated that Roman and Cody's tag match against the Bloodline would be the perfect main event, ending the show on a high note. Tag match. Totally, because I think that they need to close it on a high note, and I think that will close it on a high note. I think Cody and Roman, of course, have to go over. They don't have to, but them getting beat at this point, the angle is shot, so just put them over and everybody's happy, and now Roman and Cody can do their looking around and mimics grunting, their nose twitching up thing. As of now, it remains to be seen how Punk plans to take down Drew McIntyre for good. CM Punk was backing out of a WWE deal in 2023 before meeting with Triple H. CM Punk has commented on whether he thought about backing out and leaving the arena when he arrived at Allstate Arena for the Survivor Series. He returned to WWE last year during the Premium Live event. It was heavily speculated that the Second City Saint would appear on the show, but nothing was confirmed. He wasn't even signed to the company when he arrived at the venue that day. The Raw star told O'Shea Jackson Jr. and TJ Jefferson of No Contest Wrestling that he signed his contract in Triple H's office while the men's War Games match was happening. After the bout ended, the big reveal happened. CM Punk was asked whether he considered changing his mind and backing out of the deal when he made it to Allstate Arena. He said, "Me personally? There could have been a chance of me backing out if there were some hard nose to some things in the contracts, but I think both sides were eager. Then you get the lawyers involved, and it's a lot. I get a text, we're going to clear the hallway, and we're going to come get you, and we're just going to put you in Triple H's office. I walk in, sit down, and I'm just in there. They are starting the War Games match, and I don't have a deal yet," said CM Punk. The former WWE champion added, "I'm sitting in there. The lawyers are going back and forth hammering stuff out. And Triple H walks in and he's like, 'If this gets done, we're just gonna wait. And when the time is right, we're gonna bring you in through Gorilla.' And I was like, okay, great. Contracts get executed and it's time. Deep breath, open the door, walk through Gorilla. There's so many people in Gorilla," recalled Punk. MrBeast is headed to the WWE. Logan Paul may have unintentionally revealed a potential WWE spoiler during the latest episode of his podcast Impulsive. Joined by his prime partner, KSI and YouTube star MrBeast, Logan dropped an intriguing question, asking, "Were you going to do something with WWE?" MrBeast's response was brief but raised eyebrows as he simply said, spoilers. The conversation quickly shifted after that, but fans were left wondering if MrBeast could be eyeing a future appearance in the world of professional wrestling. With Prime already serving as a mat sponsor for WWE's Premium Live events, a potential connection between MrBeast and WWE seems possible. Logan Paul, who last appeared in the ring at SummerSlam when he lost the WWE United States Championship to LA Knight, has not yet announced his return to action. However, his latest comments have sparked speculation about whether MrBeast might be the next celebrity to step into the ring. Whether this was just playful banter or a hint at something bigger, fans are now curious about what MrBeast's cryptic reply could mean for his future with WWE. Are you interested in seeing MrBeast appear on WWE Raw or WWE SmackDown? Seth Rollins receives a concerning threat. A WWE star has reacted to Seth Rollins' return by sending a message of his own. While not a direct threat, the intention is clear for anyone to understand. On WWE Raw this week, Bronson Reed got the chance he had wanted to shut Braun Strowman up. The two behemoths met in a last monster standing match where both gave everything they had to put the other away and end their destructive feud. Given that the two of them had so much hate for each other, the match was highly chaotic. Barriers were broken, fans were hurt, and even officials were taken out. In the end, just as Reed was about to get up after the ring-breaking superplex, Seth Rollins came out of nowhere to hit him with the stomp on the steel steps. This proved enough to put Reed out of commission for Strowman to stand up and pick up the win, bringing the match to an end. Reed has posted a video of himself working out in the gym. The ominous lighting and the caption, "Back in the lab," made the message clear. He was recovering and getting ready to return to the ring next week. Rollins will have to look out now because the threat was clear. Bronson Reed was out to create a name for himself and decided to do it by attacking Seth Rollins. Unprovoked. It worked, as he crushed Rollins under multiple tsunamis. The star was left injured, with internal bleeding and bruised ribs. He was taken out of commission for weeks. Now that he's back, Rollins has decided to go after Reed. Having cost him the match, it remains to be seen if the Messiah continues to make life difficult for Reed. There is a big issue with Bobby Lashley going to AEW. Bobby Lashley reportedly signed a deal with AEW and is set to make his debut soon. WWE legend Booker T has pointed out a major issue that he and his potential new group could face in the promotion. The Almighty had a successful run in WWE after returning to the company in 2018. During the pandemic, he led a faction known as the Hurt Business, but they were forced to disband prematurely after he became world champion. MVP and Shelton Benjamin have already debuted on AEW TV, and they'll be reunited as the Hurt Syndicate once Lashley makes his potential debut for the Tony Khan-led promotion. On the latest edition of the Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T said he doesn't think Bobby Lashley and the rest of his crew will dominate in all elite wrestling due to how egoistic some of the wrestlers are over there. I don't see that happening in AEW. I just don't. I don't see AEW having a team that's going to just run rough shots like the NWO, just because it's a lot of egos in that company. Just say, for instance, the Hurt Syndicate feuding with the Young Bucks. That's not going to happen. The Young Bucks, they got a stroke. They got to get their stuff in. They're not just going to be run over or anything like that. So as well as guys like Hangman Page. That's why I'm wondering who they're going to feud with. That's why I'm wondering how this thing's going to play out, said Booker. The Almighty is expected to arrive in AEW soon. It was reported that he, MVP, and Shelton have already signed with the promotion. Booker T stated that he has no issues with Bobby Lashley joining AEW. I'm glad that Tony Khan pulled the trigger, got them all in, and continue the Hurt Syndicate, whatever they're calling themselves. I like it. I like it a lot. Many former WWE stars have succeeded in AEW, so it'll be interesting to see how things pan out for Bobby Lashley and the company. Triple H has hit a gold mine with a 4-time WWE champion. WWE has no dearth of talented stars in its roster, with some names attaining legend status even before retiring. According to wrestling veteran Dutch Mantel, one particular star is currently a big draw in terms of popularity and is likely to be a great source of revenue. The star in question is Nia Jax, who is the reigning WWE Women's Champion. Her skill in the ring is unquestionable, allowing her to win several other titles in her career. With her current storyline alongside Tiffany Stratton, she has established herself as someone to watch out for. Nia is slated to face Bayley at the Bad Blood Premium Live event on October 5th. On this week's episode of Sportskeeda's Smack Talk, Dutch Mantel was asked about who he thinks will win between Nia Jax and Bayley. He stated, "I think they found something in Nia Jax. They've found something in her. Because if you look at it just by sheer size, even guys look at her and say, damn, she'd whoop my A. I think they found something with Nia Jax. And they almost got a cash flow with her rolling. And I don't think they are gonna mess with it yet. And Nia Jax, she is over by pinfall. Straight up, I think." Cody Rhodes addresses potentially aligning with Paul Heyman. Cody Rhodes has a special ability to connect with fans, which is a big reason for his becoming the undisputed WWE champion. While he has been at odds with Paul Heyman in the past, Rhodes has now addressed potentially aligning with Heyman. For years, WWE Hall of Famer Paul Heyman has exhibited a deep and insightful grasp of the professional wrestling landscape. Heyman has elevated almost everyone he has worked with, whether it is Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, or CM Punk. While speaking with Uprock Sports, Cody Rhodes talked about the idea of becoming a Paul Heyman guy, saying he believes he would have been a great fit in another lifetime. He compared WWE Hall of Famer Paul Heyman to legendary filmmaker Martin Scorsese, suggesting that both are equally influential in their fields. "I think in another lifetime, I would have made a really great Paul Heyman guy. I have an unflinching respect for Mr. Heyman, not just what he did for my dad, but his own story. Even if I'm the guy that beats the bloodline, even if that's my role in all this, I like to be in the orbit of Mr. Heyman because there are very few super geniuses, as we call them in sports entertainment, and he's one. If you're on set and you get the chance to work with a Scorsese, for example, it's as a wrestler to be in that orbit, to have those conversations. That's something I enjoy about it. In fact, Paul Heyman even turned down working for TNA in the past. Nevertheless, fans have to simply accept the fact that Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman will never work together, as the stars will never align for that to happen. A major update on Roman Reigns' future. If a recent report is anything to go by, a dream Roman Reigns match might not come to fruition in WWE anytime soon. According to Zero News, The Rock will not face Reigns in the near future, and will feud with Cody Rhodes instead. The original Tribal Chief is all set to team up with the American Nightmare to take on Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu in the likely main event of Bad Blood 2024. There's also been plenty of speculation regarding The Rock potentially showing up at the October 5th Premium Live event to insert himself back into the Bloodline saga. The fan anticipation to see Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes team up is already through the roof, and the potential addition of The Rock could further make the show one to remember. A recent report has now shed light on what WWE could have in store for the final boss when he finally returned to the promotion. As per Zero News, the Stamford-based company was not rushing to book a match between Reigns and the Hollywood megastar. Moreover, it was noted that WWE planned to have a feud between The Rock with Cody Rhodes first, the seeds for which were laid down on the post-WrestleMania 40 episode of Raw. In an interview ahead of Bad Blood 2024, Cody Rhodes shared his thoughts about forming an alliance with Roman Reigns, someone he feuded with for the longest time. Cody explained that the original Tribal Chief was a kind of rival who brought out the best in him, and that he wished he brought out the best out of him as well. Every now and then, you find somebody that you stand across from the ring, whether you love them, hate them, know nothing about them, know everything about them, that there's a spark, there's a magic. He brings something out of me. When I look at nutrition, when I look at dialing in, when I look at focus, when I look at the structure of a wrestling match, when I look at a premium event, whatever it might be, he brings something out of me that I don't think I knew was there. I would hope I do the same for him. Because there's a lot of great stories to be told 30 years from now when we're old and gray about record business being done, he said. It remains to be seen if Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes manage to stay on the same page come Bad Blood 2024 despite their differences. Jimmy Uso returns at Bad Blood. A huge return by Jimmy Uso could be happening this weekend at WWE Bad Blood. The star may have the perfect opportunity to return. As per the betting odds that BetOnline lists, the odds suggest that a massive return will be taking place at the event. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes are teaming up at Bad Blood to form an unlikely team and face the Bloodline. The two stars have their work cut out for them as they will be outnumbered, and Rhodes' usual allies, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, are unlikely to step in and help. Given their history, the two are far from friendly with Reigns. However, as per the betting odds, Reigns and Rhodes may not be completely isolated. While the odds favor the pair to win, they also predict that Jimmy Uso will return to WWE. The odds predict a 66.7% chance of his return to WWE. Given that the Bloodline kicked him out when Tama Tonga arrived on the scene after WrestleMania, the star's involvement is likely to be in that match, where he could be the one responsible for helping Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes to win. Jimmy Uso never betrayed Reigns like Solo Sikoa, and as a result, was kicked out of the faction before he even had a chance to do anything. This was soon followed by Paul Heyman being unceremoniously ejected by the faction when he refused to acknowledge Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief. However, now, there appears to be a chance for Jimmy to put things right. Even though he was on the opposite side of Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, should he return, he is likely to attack the Bloodline, given how Sikoa treated him. This return and assistance might help even the odds for Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes at Bad Blood.